Run us through the fallout so far from the Soleimani killing. There's a lot going on the past couple of days.
Yes, there is a lot, Kathleen, and the fallout is widening on several fronts. First of all, we have calls for reprisal from the region that there be attacks on U.S. assets and U.S. service people in the region. We've seen Iraq call, the Iraq parliament actually vote that the U.S. remove its troops from that country. And on the Iranian side, we've heard from them in terms of the Iran nuclear agreement, the 2015 agreement, that they will no longer abide by a key part of that agreement, which is that they no longer enrich uranium. So in all effects, that agreement, that was the death knell for that agreement, that statement. So we have all that going on, and obviously tensions heightening. We've seen safe havens, a rush to safe havens in terms of gold and the yen, and we've seen oil hit $70 in the futures trading in London.
Jody, what's the international response been? We've just over the last sort of 10, 15 minutes or so had this joint statement from the UK, France and Germany. We're also hearing that a NATO meeting will be held later on to talk about what's going on.
That's right. We are starting to really hear from the international community, which we'd heard some things over the weekend, but now those statements are coming in pretty fast and furious. The allies of the U.S., France, Germany, the UK, are basically condemning Iran. Germany and France had continued until recently to really push for that 2015 nuclear agreement to stand up. Obviously, the U.S. had left it in 2018, so they have a real stake in this, and that NATO, calling for that emergency NATO meeting, trying to calm tensions. We had heard over the weekend from the President of France and we had heard from Germany asking that there be calm, that there not be tit-for-tat reprisals. But now we are hearing a more serious, it's time to meet, it's time to do something. So obviously, everyone around the world concerned, and again, also because of this increasing language, this increasingly tough language, both from Iran and Iraq in terms of wanting to kick out the U.S. troops, and President Trump, who had earlier had made some calls for calm and now is ratcheting up his rhetoric as well in terms of saying that the U.S. will, any attack on the U.S. will be met with disproportionate response. So the war of words heating up as well.